Hi, my name's Alena Peters. I'm 21 years old. I'm from Toronto and I'm the co-founder of a tiny little business known as Condoms and Candy. My mother and I started Condoms and Candy this year when we decided that we felt that more women, especially women of color, should be having conversations about sex and sexuality on an intergenerational basis. If I could change media representation of women in just one way, because I think in general there's a lot to change. But focusing on sexuality, my hope is that media could start to address women's sexuality as a spectrum, and not as like a singular object. I think women's sexuality in the media is first and foremost very controlled by the male gaze, and second, very much centered around like the sexual act. And I think we need to start acknowledging that women are sexual in more than one way. And the thing that I think gets to me the most when I watch television are awful representations of childbirth. I think that childbirth in the media is portrayed as this like gruesome, awful thing that happens to women, and I think it goes so much further back than even like 50 or 100 years ago. I think there's totally this underlying idea that it's women's what's the word I'm looking for, like punishment for Eve's sin, that we have to suffer and labor through this, when I think that we need to have just a more holistic view of the strength of women, and the fact of the matter is that like childbirth doesn't have to be this like awful thing. Like lots of women have amazing childbirth experiences and orgasms and like actually enjoy themselves and can do all those things. And I think that it's really not fair to have a generation of young women growing up watching TV and thinking that they're actually going to be like screaming for pain and like punching their husband in the face and demanding drugs for something that's so lovely and so much a part of a lot of women's lives.